Hi everyone! I wanted to make this video to give you a quick rundown on how these Google Slides activities work. Alright, so when you click on the link, a screen like this should come up. It may be slightly different depending on the type of platform you are using. It is easiest to work with Google Slides when it is not in presentation mode, so I would leave it as is. So instead of hitting this button over here, Start Presentation, you're just going to want to leave it like this, okay? To view each slide, there is a side panel on the left-hand side of the screen, right here, okay? So you're going to simply click the slides to bring different slides up, okay? So if you click on it like this, different slides come up. All right. You may also be able to use the arrow keys if you're using a laptop to navigate through the slides. So for every activity I create, I will include a directions slide which will explain step by step how to complete the activity. For this first sequencing activity, you or your child will read through the statements taken from the story on the right-hand side of the slide. Okay, so here's the directions slide. Like I said, it tells you step by step what you will be doing to complete the activity. All right, so for this activity, there is 3 statements on the right-hand side of your screen. Okay, so you or your child will read through these statements. Your task then is to place these statements in the order in which they occurred in the story. So I'm going to model that for you right now. All right, so I'm going to read through each statement. Statement number 1, someone rings the doorbell. It's Mason. King jumps up and kisses him. Second statement, Mason shows Kayla his letter. It's also in code and neither of them can read it. And then the last statement, Kayla looks on her doorstep and finds a letter, but she can't read it. All right, so I know that this event happens first. I know that Kayla looks on her doorstep and she finds her letter first, but she can't read it. So I'm going to want to move this statement to this box. I'm going to hover over the box that is drawn around the outside of the statement. As you can see, this little four-way arrow comes up, okay? So you're going to want to click on this box when the four-way arrow is up, and it's going to highlight it. If you leave it clicked in, you can drag and drop it where you want to put it, right? Just like that. All right. So with your mouse or trackpad, you just drag or drop it into the correct box. If you're using a tablet or a phone, you should be able to drag the box over pretty easily. But if dragging and dropping doesn't work for you, that's okay. Please don't stress. You can always print these slides out and do a cut and paste activity, or you can just number them 1, 2, 3 on the right-hand side. All of my Google Slides activities will follow this format, so once you master the drag and drop, they should be pretty easy to complete. All right, so I know this is the first event. Kayla looks on her doorstep and finds a letter, but she can't read it. The second event. Okay, so the second event is someone rings the doorbell and it's Mason. Right, Mason shows up, so I just clicked, dragged, and dropped. All right, now the second one's in order. Finally, Mason shows Kayla his letter. It's also in code and neither of them can read it. So I'm going to hover over this box until I find the four-way arrow, click on it till it highlights, hold the click in, drag, and drop. All right, so now I have a completed slide activity, okay? And then you're going to go through and complete the next two. Then there are answers. Okay, so this is the answer key, and if we check, we can see that our answers match the answer key. All right. So that is a quick tutorial on how to use the Google Slides activities. It will be the same for the next activity, which is the main idea and supporting details activity this week. I always use a similar format, like I said, so it's going to be dragging and dropping again. I give you an example, give you some tips on what is the main idea, what are supporting details. I give you an example of what this graphic organizer should look like. I give a direction slide, and then a drag and drop activity. So you will just be dragging and dropping these boxes just like you dragged and dropped to put the boxes in order on the first activity. Okay, so this will be our activity for Tuesday. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this. Let me know if you have any questions, and do your best.